Peace and blessings, everyone, and whatever time zone you're in, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to my IG Live conversations I'm having with wonderful people from around the globe. It's called Lifting the Veil, so we peek under the veil and see what's happening in their lives or whatever it is that they're about. Now today, I'm really happy to have Mark Weinstein with me. As you can see, I'm here in the city. You hear some sirens around me, but don't call it noise, just call it sound. He's a world-renowned leading privacy advocate and one of the visionary inventors of social networking. Emphasis on privacy. This is a very important topic during this time. He's the founder and CEO of MeWe, the leading next-generation ad-free social network platform with a focus on user privacy. There's that word again. The reason I'm emphasizing that, well, you'll see when we get into our discussion. Now, Mark's articles about privacy and social media have appeared in the Wall Street Journal, the Huffington Post, USA Today, Info Security Magazine, The Nation, and many, many others. He's often quoted on Market Watch and has been interviewed on the BBC, PBS, Fox News, CNN, and others. So we're going to bring Mark on right now, and we're going to have a wonderful chat. So I think this is an important topic at this time in human history, about our privacy, about analytics, about selling our content from those platforms that don't necessarily secure your privacy or use your content.
Okay.
There's Mark right there. How you doing, Mark?
Hey, Michael, great. That was a beautiful intro. Thank you so much, brother.
Well, I think that the topic is so worthy because people are, there's a lot of buzz about the platforms that are out there that not only is your privacy not secured, but they use your analytics to sell ads, and sometimes you don't even have access to your own people. And you did a powerful a TED Talk about surveillance capitalism. That was a very powerful TED Talk. Break that down for us a little bit.
Look, it's much worse than all of us think. Excuse me. And democracy is at stake. It's more than social media that's at stake. I love social media. I'm one of the early founders of social media, I love it. I love being able to communicate. Look what we're doing right now.
Absolutely.
Now, this is the best of social media, right? We're connecting a couple of guys that love each other, talking about something really important. We could be anywhere in the world connecting together. Social media is awesome, but it's become distorted and it's become dangerous to democracy. And I talk about this, what you just aptly called surveillance capitalism. It's a great book about this by Shoshana Zuboff. Now, here's what's happening, everybody, especially with an election coming, but every day. Facebook, Google, all these giant companies, Snap, Instagram, Twitter, they employ psychologists and data scientists to analyze and track every thought that we have, every word that we speak, every person that we're connected to, everywhere that we go. And then they share that with marketers and advertisers and politicians who then serve us content to manipulate our thoughts, manipulate our critical thinking, manipulate our votes, manipulate our purchase decisions. And this is very real. This is not like I'm talking about something that could happen in the future. This is happening right now. And when you can't see the creep, then you don't actually get it until one day where democracy is at stake.
Right. And so basically, to break that down, what you just said, they're using our analytics, they're using who we are to then sell us something. And as you said, they even sell our particular analytics to other people.
Well, and listen, they use our data, our analytics, everything about us. And by the way, there was a reporter for The Guardian who wanted to find out how much Facebook had on him. It was 600,000 pages of data. So everybody, you want to understand that there is so much data on us. So they use it to manipulate our purchase decisions. Maybe you're not really thinking you need a new car, but maybe they know you're a Toyota owner. They already know you got 150,000 miles on that car, and they know how to manipulate you. The psychologists and data analysts know how to manipulate you to get you to buy the next car. I mean, they know how to manipulate you if you're an independent voter or if you're a Democrat or Republican, but, you know, on a certain issue, they know exactly where you stand, and they can get you outraged and get you to vote for the other person.
Wow. Now, I want to talk about MeWe for a moment. But even before we talk about MeWe, you are one of the founders of social media. You're one of the early architects and founders. I mean, tell us a little bit about that so people understand who you are in terms of what you bring to the table here.
So, you know, back in the late 90s, there was a lot of, you know, the web explosion, right? It was really exciting. And social media is one of the things. We actually called them community portals. And in 1998, I built one of the very first ones, superfamily.com, superfriends.com, superfamilia.com, superteams, supergroups. You know, it was really great. The corporation was Supergroups. We were a PC Magazine top 100 company 3 years in a row. And we were called community portals for a reason, because the idea was, just like social networks today, that we would connect with our family, our friends, wherever they were around the globe. We would use great technology beyond email. Listen, email was old technology in 1998. We're still using it, everybody. It's really old technology, it's like driving a Model T. So, you know, and so I was right there at the beginning of social networking, and we built a great one. We won a lot of awards. And then, you know, fast forward, I sold that company in 2001. Fast forward, I wrote some books on greatness. I was going to try and drop them off at your office so you can get over there. You know, I did a lot of coaching around tech and tech companies. And then Mark Zuckerberg said, privacy is a social norm of the past. And my jaw dropped. Huh? Like, huh?
Wow.
Privacy? A fundamental. We've all been raised and talked about how great our country, how great America's democracy is, because we have privacy, and in socialist and authoritarian countries, they don't.
Yes.
And Zuckerberg decides it's okay for the world that we're not private anymore, and therefore your data is a free-for-all, and they can target you with everything. And I was furious. And so I endeavored to build the future of social media, which is called MeWe, everybody. M-E-W-E, me and we, MeWe.
Right.
And MeWe is live. We have almost 10 million members. We have amazing reviews in the app stores. Don't take my word for it. 160,000 people say they love it. We have a 4.4 rating compared to Facebook's 3.1. You know, we're just, last week we were trending in the Play Store. We were #2 trending in the Google Play Store last week. I mean, we're here. It's happening. 19 languages. We're taking it to the people.
Right. That's what I was going to ask you. You tweeted #2, and you haven't even done that much marketing. You have what, 10 million people? You haven't even done that much marketing. People are just getting this through word of mouth.
Around the world, they're getting it through word of mouth. So yeah, absolutely. We have one guy on marketing. We don't have a PR firm outside. Of course, as you mentioned, I've been interviewed in a lot of places. I have a TED Talk, because what we're doing is real, and what we focused on is engineering, because we've built the next gen social network. So we have everything people love, you know, disappearing content, stories, great custom camera, great, you know, private, separate news feeds for your close friends, you know, your contacts. We have great group featured. We got great pages. We got everything, and we got more. We have our own dual camera system nobody else has in social but us. We've got our own journals. Your stories don't have to disappear. You can create these amazing story journals, and a lot more. And so it's all word of mouth, and we're already at almost 10 million people, word of mouth around the world, 40% US, 30% Asia, 30% in Europe, and then, you know, in there also we have a very good, you know, presence in Australia.
Mm-hmm. So if somebody wants to join MeWe today, what would they do?
Listen, download it on your phone, MeWe Network or MeWe. And also, we're on desktop, MeWe.com. We're everywhere. And just sign up. It's free. MeWe is free forever. If you love it, you might want to sign up for our premium, because remember, everybody, and maybe you don't know this yet, we have no ads.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to. You don't have any advertising. How do you get revenue? What's going on?
No advertising.
I mean, every time we go on Facebook, we're bombarded with all kinds of ads every couple of minutes.
Yeah, and Zuckerberg says he's like the champion of free expression. This is my TED Talk, guys, by the way. Are you kidding me? How can you have free speech and free expression if every second you're on Facebook, they are manipulating what you think, what is in your news feed, what you vote for, what you buy? It's all a manipulation. At MeWe, your news feed is 100% authentic. It's who you're connected to. It's the pages and groups and your contacts and close friends in timeline order in your news feed. Imagine that. It's like common sense. There are no ads. We serve you free forever, and it's a freemium business model, and our revenue model is fine. We take care of you, and then we offer you extra features, but everything you need to have a great experience is free. It's freemium. And then you might want to buy something extra. You might want the journals feature. You might want live voice and live video. You might want 100 gigs of storage because we store everything for you. You have your own cloud called My Cloud at MeWe. You know, you might want our custom emojis and custom stickers in addition to the 3,000 that are free. We have lots of great stuff. So MeWe is for the people. It's a movement. It's the privacy revolution.
Right. I was doing a photo shoot, not a photo shoot. I was doing a filming last week, and I told somebody about it in there. He signed up immediately, and before we left the film shoot, he gotten 8 people in his group to sign up in MeWe. I mean, it just went like right in front of my eyes. It just went like viral, and everybody was texting him back saying, "This looks really good. How come we've never heard about it?" You know, so that word of mouth thing is really happening.
So listen, here's how I look at it. Right now, we have almost 10 million people, and I think maybe 1 out of 100 social media users knows about MeWe because it's all just word of mouth. Because we're an engineering company turning into a marketing company. We want to make MeWe a household name so that when people have this conversation that everybody's having every day, they're so pissed off they don't trust Facebook, they don't trust Twitter, they don't trust Instagram, they don't trust Snap, you know, they don't trust Google. And it's sort of like, well, where should we go? And now we want it to be, you know, common, you know, everybody knows, well, let's go to MeWe. So, and think about this, Michael, think about this. If 1% of social media users know about MeWe, and we've gotten 10 million people already, then when 100% of social media users know about us, we'll have 1 billion people on MeWe.
Wow. Wow. Let me ask you this. I was doing a program a couple of months ago. Me and some people were doing a worldwide meditation, and we do it quarterly. And we kept noticing that whenever it got to like 40,000 people, it would just disappear. The users would just disappear. We had 16 very prominent individuals, not haters, not hate people. They weren't hate people. They were just very prominent people in our society that were broadcasting this for us. And when they got up to about 40,000 people, it was just shut down. And what was that? And I imagine in MeWe that couldn't happen.
Was that on Facebook or Insta? Where were you?
It was on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it even did a little bit on YouTube. It even hindered some people from watching it on YouTube. They were like blocking. They were censoring it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it wasn't hate. It was just prayer and meditation. I mean, what prayer and meditation? We're not doing anything hateful. You understand?
I'm glad we crossed into this part of the conversation because, you know, I'm an outspoken critic of this ridiculous censorship that's going on social media. And it doesn't make any sense. The politics, the idea, you know, social media is supposed to be a place where as long as you're not inciting violence or hate or bullying or breaking the law, then why is it anybody's business but yours what you're doing? But at Facebook, they're doing political censorship. At Twitter, they're doing political censorship. At YouTube and Pinterest, they're doing political and philosophical censorship. Look, for all of our listeners, you might be pro-vaccine or you might be against vaccines. You might be a Republican, you might be a conservative, or you might be a progressive, or you might be a Democrat. Why is it social media's business as long as you're not inciting hate and violence and bullying, you know, and breaking the law? It's not our business. What's going on there? Why is Facebook deciding whether vaccines are good or bad? Why is Twitter deciding whether you're a conservative or a progressive, whether that's good or bad? That's crazy. MeWe doesn't do any of that stuff. We have strict rules about conduct. That's it.
And what are those rules? What is your code of ethics?
Well, the code of ethics is very straightforward. It's in our terms. The laundry list is right at the top. So don't incite violence. Don't post hateful content. Don't break the law. Don't bully. Don't porn. You know, I mean, it's really straightforward. MeWe is really a common sense platform. And politically, I'm a libertarian, and my politics should never get in the way. And my philosophy around health or well-being or religion or sexuality, listen, everybody has their own perspective on life, and this is democracy, and that's what the great democracies are about. Right. This is social media as a censorship, social media influencing democracy because of how much all they care about is the money. Remember, when they shut you guys down, it was also about money. They don't really care about you having experience. They care about making money. And, you know, and remember, if you have a page, and I know you do, right, for anybody who's an influencer, who's got a page on Facebook or who's broadcasting on Twitter, they limit your reach. And then you got to pay to boost. You pay to boost on Twitter. You pay to boost on Facebook. I got news for you. That's crazy. At MeWe, listen to this. You pay, all groups are free. You know, get as many group members, group followers you want. Your group is free. We have great tools, amazing technology. You can have as many admins. Our pages are live, thousands of pages, $2 a month, $24 a year. That's it. Whether you're a business, whether you just want followers, whether you're a star, an influencer, an artist, a musician, whoever you are, $24 a year. You reach 100% of your followers, 100% of the time, in timeline order, in their news feeds. Facebook, on your best day, you reach 5%.
Really? 5%?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
So if someone has 2, 3, 4, 500,000 people as a part of being an influencer, and they send out something, you're saying they're only reaching 2 to 3% of that following?
Absolutely. When you look at why is my engagement so low? You know, let's say on Facebook, you've got 2 million followers, and you scratch your head, you make a post, and 200 people, you know, make a comment or emoji, and you scratch your head, well, but wait a minute, I got 2 million followers. What's going on? Well, here's what's going on. It's not reaching 2 million followers. It might be reaching 40,000 of them. At best, you know, on a really great day, it's going to reach 100,000. Now, go to MeWe, and let's say you only have 100,000 followers. Every day you reach 100,000. So comparably, if you got 100,000 followers on MeWe, you reach all of them. You need 2 million followers on Facebook to equal your reach that you have on MeWe.
Wow. And obviously all of this is driven by money. They want you to pay to be able to get to the rest of your followers. Even though they're your followers that have signed up to hear what you have to say, you have to pay to speak to them, basically.
You got to pay to boost. Listen, we're on Instagram. You got to pay to boost. You pay to boost to your own followers. Now, there's not a lot of logic there. This is why we call MeWe the common sense. You know, we're revolutionary, yeah, but we are just common sense. Come on. This is a mainstream social network called MeWe that has everything you love and features you can't get anywhere else. And it's just common sense because our members are our customers to serve, not data to sell or target. So therefore, we really serve you. We serve me, right? I'm a customer too. It's perfect.
Right. This is powerful. I want to go back over one more point so people actually hear what you said. So they sign up for MeWe and it's free forever. And your particular, the way that this is supported is when people buy extra stuff.
Right. It's just like a Fortnite. You know, it's just like a game. It's in-app purchases, but you don't need to buy anything. You've got 3,000 emojis that are free. But if you want to buy our custom emojis or custom stickers or custom themes, then, you know, you ante up. You pay $1.99 or you pay $4.99 a month for MeWe Premium. And then you get journals and unlimited live voice and live video and unlimited custom emojis and custom stickers and 100 gigs of storage. You know, you get a whole bunch of stuff for just $4.99 a month. So, you know, about 5% of our members sign up for premium and they love it. They just love it.
Mm-hmm. This is powerful. And is there anything that else you want to cover? I mean, I want people to really understand this because I'm a big privacy nut myself. And so that's what really appeals to me. And quite recently, everyone, just so that you know, I've gone on to become on the board of advisors of MeWe because this is so very important to me. The privacy issue and the censorship issue. This is very, very important to me. So I've accepted the role of being an advisor just so that people really have an understanding of this kind of technology and that there's an alternative, because most people will be mad. So, oh, you know, Facebook did this to me, or they sent me this ad, but they have no alternative. So I'm trying to let people know there is an alternative. There's a real alternative.
Yeah, so there are a couple of things we should talk about, Brother Michael, and this is really important. First of all, thank you for being an awesome advisor, because we have amazing advisors like you, like Sir Tim Berners-Lee, the inventor of the World Wide Web, like Raj Sisodia, the founder of the worldwide movement called Conscious Capitalism, you know, like Sherry Turkle, one of the greatest academic experts on the impact of technology on human beings, like Verdine White, the great 6-time Grammy Award-winning bassist for Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Right.
And, you know, many of these people are also investors, advisors. I mean, we have amazing people behind MeWe because we are high integrity and we have a privacy bill of rights. So we have a privacy bill of rights. So it's not just me talking, everybody. This is way bigger than me. This is about all of us. MeWe has a privacy bill of rights. You know, we don't have facial recognition. You own your content, we do. And for all you stars and influencers out there, Facebook co-owns your content when you post it there. That's crazy.
Talk about that. Talk about that right there.
Well,
they own your content. That's powerful.
It's like a co-ownership when you post there. At MeWe, it's your stuff. You own it, not us. But that's because the whole, you know, they have to kind of co-own it a little bit because they're spying on it, and you know, they're breaking it down into tiny morsels to share and to target and to manipulate and to really, you know, granularly understand you, and for their psychologists. At MeWe, it's plain and simple. You own your content. You control who can access your account. Nobody can Google me on MeWe to see what I'm doing inside MeWe. We don't let Google in. So, you know, what you do on MeWe truly, it stays on MeWe. So it's for you and your friends. That's the kind of privacy we're talking about. MeWe is all about social networking. It's great social networking with none of the BS. And we also, Michael, we have a poison pill in our privacy policy. So if we were to be sold, and even for us, if we just want to change our privacy policy, we just can't do it like Facebook has done 100 times and totally screwed everybody. No. Every time we change our privacy policy, not only do we have to tell you what the changes are, but we also have to give you a link to delete your account. That is in our privacy policy. It's the last clause. Now imagine if Facebook had a clause where every time they change their privacy policy, they had to give you a link to delete your account at the same time. They would have been out of business 5 years ago. Wow. So we're very careful about our principles. And of course, ranked one of the top, 8 people, I think ranked 2 or 3 in online privacy. I've given talks around the world about this. I mean, we are the real deal. We love social networking. We love social media. I love communication technology. And I love trust, control, and respect for our members. You control it.
Outstanding. This is powerful. And that's why I wanted to have you on the program, so that all these people understand there is an alternative, because I hear complaints all the time, particularly from influencers and people who are trying to get their message out. I always hear the complaint. I was censored today. I couldn't get to my people, whatever the case may be. Let me ask you this. Will there be a time somewhere in the future where people will be able to stream through MeWe?
There will be. Now, we could have done a Zoom feature this year. The challenge, everybody, is that we've funded the company very carefully. We've raised almost $20 million to build this great company, all from high net worth private investors. So venture capitalist doesn't control our company. Real people do. And of course, is the CEO and the founder, and I control it. So it's expensive to run a Zoom feature. It's expensive to run a live feature. And now that we're growing rapidly and our revenue is increasing, we expect in 2021 that we will bring out features like those and more. But MeWe is already, we just launched our help desk. We've got an 80-page document on what you can do on MeWe, because you can do so much. It is so much fun. And so, the answer is yes, there's more coming, but don't wait.
Don't wait.
MeWe is great. It's award-winning. The technology is beautiful. You'll love it. And don't take my word for it. Look at our reviews in the stores. On iTunes, it's a 4.4 out of 5 rating. almost 100,000 people. We've never paid or asked anybody to write a review. People do this on their own. People love MeWe, and we can scale to hundreds of millions of members, and the world is ready. So as I like to say, MeWe is social done right, and, let's MeWe.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you, do you think that the big boys are going to come after you?
Well,
try to buy you or slow you down?
I don't think so. Facebook, strangely enough, Facebook needs us. I wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal. As I mentioned, I do get on major media. I wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal a year ago, and the headline was, "I compete with Facebook, and they're no monopoly." Because our business model is completely different than theirs. They can't buy us. They can't mimic us. They're a data company. Remember, Facebook is not a social network, everybody. Facebook is a data company. Just remember that. So when you're getting pissed off, just check in upstairs and go, oh, they're a data company. Maybe I should just be on MeWe. That's a social network.
Ah, yes. Yes, they're a data company mining your information. MeWe is a real social network. Yeah.
Right. The marketing company, they're part of this, this massive, data machine that's worldwide. And remember, the Russians already have data on all 220 million American adults. So they interfered in 2016. They're interfering again now. So you probably want to get to a platform like MeWe where they can't touch you. Bring your friends over, come over. No one's going to manipulate your vote. No one's going to try and sway your mind. This is about you and who you choose to connect with.
In other words, let's have a real democracy where this is concerned, for real.
Right. Because Facebook is selling our democracy down the river. They only care about money. They have no ethics. And this is dangerous. Now, their recent announcement, they'll stop political ads a week before the election. I mean, come on, everybody. That's not even a smokescreen. That's just plain BS.
Right. 1 week before. Wow. I think the folks got a lot of information today, Mark, because I really wanted people to understand the MeWe model. I wanted them to understand about censorship. I wanted them to understand about the analytics being sold. I wanted them to understand that MeWe is free forever. You can get the premiums, and that there is a real vital, not in the future, but right now there's a real alternative. And you're not even telling people don't use Facebook or anything. You're saying have your MeWe account. Actually use it for your own people. Nobody's going to check in. Nobody's going to censor it. Have it. Go ahead and do it.
If you
try
want
it on. Just try it on.
Right. Listen, everybody has more than one social today. Although it's interesting, a lot of our members drop the other ones, but we understand that. So MeWe's for your real life. Think of MeWe's for your real life. Facebook is a facade. So only post your own BS up there, when you want to be looking good, right? Use Facebook or Insta for looking good. Use MeWe for your real life and have a great time where your employer isn't going to see it. Your future boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife or current isn't going to see it unless, you give them access to it. If you're going to grad school or law school, that your professors or the schools you're applying to aren't going to see it. MeWe's for your real life where you can just really let your hair down and have a great social experience. The whole idea is about more love in the world. I mean, authentic connections, being truly connected. And Michael, you know this better than anybody because, God bless you, man. You're all about love and connection.
Yeah.
And so is MeWe.
Let me ask you this. Since the COVID pandemic, have you found a pickup in MeWe when people are, they're inside, they can't congregate anymore, meet with each other? Are you finding that helped drive people more to connect with each other?
It's interesting. We usually have these streaks. So, as last week, and even still, we're in the middle of one where we were, number 5 one day, then we're number 3, then we're number 2. 3 weeks ago, the same thing happened. 3 or 4 weeks before that, whether it's COVID or whether it's also because we're hitting critical mass. Now, if you go to MeWe, either you bring your friends and they all want to come anyhow, or you match your address book and you find your friends are already there. And then
right.
Like-minded people, because we have so many great groups. We have thousands and thousands of open groups and pages. It's very rich. So COVID hasn't hurt. And, social, of course, because social distancing is important. So social is more important than ever. But really, it's Facebook and Twitter and, Pinterest and TikTok and YouTube all just like censoring, getting, what, Twitter was just fine. TikTok is a mess because all our data goes to China. Facebook lies all the time and they keep getting fined. I mean, those guys are doing all the PR for us.
They're driving them to you, Mark.
Absolutely.
I'm looking at everybody write in now. Somebody's writing in. I just signed up. I just downloaded. It was so easy, So a lot of people are tuning in and signing up even as we speak to each other. It's good.
Thank you, everybody. And it's a movement together. We're all in this together. MeWe, you are our customer to serve. So our feedback system really works. Just send us any message you want. We read all of them. Our members are customers to serve. As I said, not data to target or sell or manipulate. The way those other guys do it, it's crazy. So this is social done right.
Outstanding. I just see a bunch more people said, just signed up, just signed up, just signed up. Dude is on point. You're resonating, Mark. You're resonating. People are hearing the message. I just want to thank you for being my guest.
I sold my houses. I liquidated my retirement account. This is so important. When I saw Mark Zuckerberg say privacy is a social norm in the past, I was like, I have to do this. We've got to do this. And we're doing it together.
It was like so for you, it was more like a Don Quixote kind of movement. You just went out after something, privacy, something that was so big, and you found your niche and are now, saving the whole social media situation. I mean, weren't you scared?
Well,
I mean, you got rid of your retirement. I mean, you got rid of some nest eggs and just launched it into this monumental thing that now has 10 million people.
Listen, and I didn't take a salary for 4 years either, but that's all right. Listen, but that's, it's sort of like, this is what it takes. And all of our users, we're passionate about doing the right thing together. That's kind of like the democratic culture in democracies around the world. Yeah. There's a whole kind of ethic and integrity around democracy that's very beautiful, and people are allowed to have it. So for me, it was like, we've got to do this. And having had the experience at the beginning when social media was invented, I was like, I've got to fix this. So there wasn't really a choice in the matter. And, I believe in myself. So I believe that, I'll be fine. I trust myself. And we've got to fix this for the world, because this is about our children. This is about our... Social media is new. We can't let social media destroy democracy. How absurd is that? If we let social media destroy democracy, how absurd is it even to say that social media can destroy democracy? And in fact, as we've learned, it can. Now that in and of itself is crazy. We've got...
This is powerful, Mark. I want to thank you for coming on today. I know that we're going to, I want everybody that's listening to know some people are just coming on, and this is going to be posted on my IG Live, so you can tell your friends. So actually, you can see this interview. It's going to be up there forever. And Mark and I are going to go a little bit deeper in another conversation in a few moments, and then that will be on my app. You just go to michaelbbeckwith.tv, download the app, and then go to the App Store and get it. Beckwith Inspires, and because we have some more material to cover. But Mark, thank you so much, man. Any last words?
I love you, Brother Michael. You are so amazing and a wonderful human being for all of us. Thank you for being a guiding light for us, and thank you everybody for joining MeWe and being part of the MeWe movement. And remember, social is a lot of fun. And it's supposed to be a lot of fun. It's just not supposed to have the BS. It's supposed to keep us connected, to expand the love in our lives, and really be a lot of fun. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Michael. Let's MeWe.
Thank you. Let's MeWe. I'm always reminded about Muhammad Ali doing the shortest poem in the world, where he said, "Me, we."
Yeah, that's our life. Me and we.
Me and we. That's it. Me, we. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon. God bless you. So everyone, that was Mark Weinstein, and founder and CEO of MeWe. So I wanted to bring him to you today so you could actually see the alternative, because many of you have been complaining for a while about the lack of privacy. You've been complaining for a while about the advertisement. You've been complaining for a while about the manipulation. There's an alternative. It's called MeWe. So I'll be talking to you all soon. Remember to get my app, and I'll see you guys on Sunday at agapelive.com. Have a bright day.